Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or good evening, depending on where you're at. This is your boy DJ's Raw Uncut Truth. Give you that raw content that you deservedly need. Let's talk about Lonzo Ball. Now, he's ranked 54th in the ESPN pretty much prediction ranking, where the ranking is a little bit too early. And there's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of, let's say, anger about this. It's really hard to predict how Lonzo will play this year. And to have him 54th, I think that's probably ESPN trying to get ratings. Now, we're fans of Lonzo, but we're realistic. We're very realistic. Do I think Lonzo Ball is the 54th best player in the NBA? No. If they were going to be accurate, they would have put him 90 or somewhere near there. And before I start, I want to say shout out to the chat. Shout out to Playboy Aiden. I see you, my boy. Shout out to DZ King. He said, my boy DJ, rise and grind. Yeah, rise and grind. We got DKM in the building. And I know most of you are subscribed to his channel. Shout out to DKM. For someone his age, that young, to be putting in work in YouTube and growing this channel, I salute to you. And thank you for supporting my channel. DKM has always been a day one supporter. So shout out to him. Malik Shalom says, a number is a number, but he's not better than a lot of guys behind him. That's true. And that's not me or anybody else piling on Lonzo. It's just, we know what the jig is. The jig is that when they put a Ball family name on media, they're going to get clicks. So when that ranking came out, I knew what it is. That's why I never took it seriously. Come on now. You really going to put, right now, you're going to put Lonzo over Levine, D'Lo, and the stats they've been putting up. Now, maybe he can cause some impact this year for the Pelicans. Maybe he breaks out this year. We don't know. He's been looking great in practices from the few videos I've seen. But until the games are played, it's too early to tell. Rave Kingdom says, what's up? What's up, my guy? Rave Kingdom also says, honestly, Zoe is 50 to me. Well, that's to you. And the good thing about Lonzo Ball, he has a skill set that is underrated. He's what, like the top 10 defender in the NBA and the best pure passer in the NBA. Now, he doesn't get the assist numbers, and that's because he's not a stat chaser. Lonzo should be higher. He add to winning more than Levine and D'Lo. Well, hopefully he can. Well, 313. Hopefully, Lonzo can produce numbers this year. We get it. Lonzo has a low usage rate, so we as fans have not been able to see his full potential. But he's got to put up those stats. He's got to average, since he's a pass first point guard, Lonzo at least got to average 17 points, 10 assists, and I say about 7 rebounds. Yeah, 313. I hope Lonzo balls out, man. I hope he takes charge this year. It's now or never. He has to, man. Lonzo has to ball out this year. No pun intended. Because boy, the haters, his haters, they love it when Lonzo Ball comes out short. They are obsessed with the Ball family and wanting them to fail. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like it's very obsessive. I got a partner of mine. We disagree all the time about the Ball family, right? And even he admits that it's weird how certain people like obsess over the family and wanting them to do bad this year in anything. 313 says Lonzo going to average 17 easy. Go higher by the end of the year. It's not hope he will ball out. I truly hope so, my brother. We all want him to do well. And if Lonzo Ball kicks it in gear and shows out, man, the Shines will lose their mind. The Shines wouldn't know what to do. And you know the other YouTubers, the usual suspects, I call them. They're hoping and praying that Lonzo Ball does not put up performances. But what I've been hearing, Lonzo has been looking good in camp, man. Even his teammates are just in awe of how much he's improved. I looked at a quote by Eric Bledsoe. He was talking about his quickness, how quick Lonzo was. That tells you how much he's improved this offseason. What did I tell everyone? Do not judge Lonzo Ball until he has a full offseason. I've said that. Rave Kingdom says, you know, Ticket TV's ready for him to fail. Oh, yeah. Ticket TV, I know what his game is. He needs Lonzo Ball content. If he's not talking about Lonzo Ball or LeBron James, his views are not that high. So we know what the jig is with him. Super Team VIP says his vision, court IQ, and passing is top tier. That is true. No matter if you like Lonzo or not, that you can't dispute that. Super Team VIP says, dude's all around game is pretty dang good, don't you think? Sure, he has to fix a few things, but again, he has all around game that's very solid. That is true. If if Lonzo Ball were to attack the basket more, nobody would be questioning his play. Free throws and attacking the basket. That's all Lonzo had to do. His 3-point percentage has increased. He's at 38%. And those two things, if Lonzo improves on that, he's good. Think about it. All Lonzo Ball has to do is attack the basket 5 times or more a game. That's all he has to do. Let me see. 313 says, man, he had a full off season. And yes, and that's gonna make a difference. The full off season. That's gonna be the thing that changes everything. .313 said that's the thing about y'all Lonzo fans. I don't care about his haters. LOL. I don't think anybody cares about his haters. We're just pointing out it's funny. But Lonzo needs to average those stats not just to appease fans. It's for him to get that bag. Now, a lot of people try to tell me he was going to get the bag without averaging stats. And look, I was proven right. I told everyone and their mama, I said that Lonzo Ball needs to average better stats to get to that money. That's why you will see a better performance from Lonzo stat-wise this year. I bank on it. He got a family of his own. He got a kid to take care of. This is personal for Lonzo Ball. That's why I never believed in, oh, he don't need to average stats. He's fine just doing what he's doing. Overpassing and not attacking. That stuff got to change. Brave Kingdom says, I actually see Lonzo going 14, 8, and 8. That could happen as well. Ola says Levine is more of an individualistic player, but Lonzo makes his entire team better, so he's better in my opinion. Well, we agree on that, but the stat nerds are not gonna agree, and we'll let them do that. Ryan Fife, shout out to Ryan Fife, a real one. Thank you for supporting the channel. Says Lonzo needs to attack the basket and stop being passive. What you said was all truth, brother. It's not personal, it's just truth. Lonzo can't keep doing the same thing he's doing. He got to switch it up. That's the thing about the NBA. To take your game to another level, you got to switch it up. You cannot stay complacent. You can't stay uh, lethargic. You can't stay at the same level. All right, we got 20 people in the chat and 5 likes. Make sure you hit the like button so I can stay on live longer. Thank you. Rave Kingdom says no one cares. It's just noticeable. True. Uh, 313 says Lonzo winning most improved player, going average. He's going to have a BI type of breakout year. Then the max will come. Let's hope so. But everything's looking good so far. Rave Kingdom says I see Lonzo having 15, 8, and 8. Could be. AD says, in what world is Lonzo ahead of LiAngelo, Levine, Hero, Griffin? I don't really care what ESPN ranking is putting these guys in. It's all about clicks. The only way we could tell is when the season is finished. It's too early to predict. Of course, I believe Lonzo has a skill set to make his teammates better, but he has to keep it in gear to get that bag. He has to create another arsenal in his game to keep teams honest. So let's do the basketball gods, quote unquote, a favor, and let's critique each player at the end of the season. That's why I don't like preseason polls, predictions. It's pointless. We can't know what's going to happen until the final season is played. 313 says, but what are you saying, DJ? Is basic. What you're saying is basic knowledge. Everyone knows you got to play better to get paid. Not just play better, you got to have better film too. And yes, even though Lonzo Ball has the gifts that you can't teach, passing, defense, high IQ, quick hands, the film doesn't lie. You can't just want to shoot threes more than attack the basket. Not in today's NBA. So when Lonzo puts better stats and better film, he will get that bag. Trust me. But it's all up to him. So far, I'm hearing that Stan Van Gundy is drilling in his head that he must be in attack mode for the Pelicans to be the team they want to be. His head coach is telling him this. So I think he's going to do it. Because the one thing about Stan Van Gundy, he does not play at all. Now, we know he didn't do a good job with the Pistons. Really, that's because he was being a head coach and a GM, and that wasn't his role. That's not what Stan Van Gundy should be. But as a disciplinarian, no one can question who he is as a coach in that department. 313 says, yeah, ESPN lists are very trash. Healthy Blake Griffin is very, very good. Yes, he is. A healthy Blake Griffin is a game changer. I know he's been injured time to time, and he's playing on the Pistons. He's not having TV games. But we got to be real. ESPN is the reason why a lot of people are tuning into YouTube and checking out content creators. The great thing about us content creators, We're just like everyone else. We don't act like we're better than anybody. We're very humble, most of us. And we want to give you the raw content that you deservedly need. So that's why we do the things we do. Uh, we got Ball Facts in the building. Shout out to Ball Facts. Brother, your channel been on fire lately, man. I mean, you doing everything, rapping, singing, showing highlights. Check out the brother's channel. Shout out to the brother Ball Facts, man. A real one. Ball Facts says that we deservedly need. Amen, my brother. Ray Keno said, Ball Facts. Man, Ball Facts, you got your team out here, man. I ain't surprised. Very popular on YouTube. We got Blue Bolt in the building. He said, DJ Raw, explain to me why Ticket's still crying about LeBron and the Lakers winning the ship. I don't know. He's supposed to be a Laker fan, but he doesn't act like one. He's the one that said that he thought the Trailblazers were going to upset the Lakers. Um, it's just embarrassing, man. Now, everyone that knows me knows I'm a Kobe fan, and they know that I'm not really too keen on LeBron, but I give LeBron respect when he earns it. And to see that Ticket TV goes out of his way um, discrediting LeBron James is weird. You're not a Laker fan if you wish he failed. I may not make videos about LeBron every day because he's not really my favorite player. But again, I give him his respect, and I'm glad the Lakers won the championship and kept it moving. Rave Kingdom says, I've been on Ball Facts and DJ's Raw Cut channel. Thank you for supporting both channels, brother. You know, I have a saying, if one of us eats, we all eat. And that's the most important thing, man. Ball Facts says, DJ, you shouldn't have deleted that interview we did. Yeah, man, that was not just that video, but the video about the Puma jet, like the discovery of the Puma jet, one of my highest rated videos. Don't forget, I thought I was done with YouTube, so I deleted all my videos, and I should have never did that. If I could find that video, I would definitely repost it, because that was the realest conversations around. In that video had 2,000 views, and this is before I even hit 1,000 subs. So, yeah, we got to do another video, Ball Facts. The people seem to keep it trill, to keep it 100 with their subs. So we got to set that up again. Ball Facts says, word on the street is some G League teams are pulling out of the season. How you feel that will affect LiAngelo? Boy, that is a good question. I just looked at that information an hour ago. And here's what the NBA has to do. And this is how LiAngelo could. You know, I made a video because I thought the G League was still going. Some teams are still going. But either LiAngelo signs with a different G League team that has not opted out, because the bubble for the G League is still going. It's just some teams opt out. So LiAngelo will not play on the Pistons G League because I'm seeing that the Pistons G League team has an opt out. Or they could do it like this, where he's still with the Pistons G League, but he's used for practice. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I could guess on, because I heard the Lakers G League opt out, the Pistons G League opt out, or they could add more numbers to their roster. Since we have COVID-19 and uncertainty, the NBA probably got to add more than 15. This is my opinion. I think the NBA should add more than 15 players on a roster for insurance. 313 says Jello is fine. He's with the Pistons. We won't let him go. Let's hope so. 313 says Pistons will find a way to keep him. Hey, man, I don't know. Because that Rob Beard, he's been there the whole time. And when he went on DKM's channel and said that, when DKM asked him, will LiAngelo make the roster? And he said the only way LiAngelo will make the roster if he go ballistic in preseason. So that's telling, in my opinion, unless something changes. And I pray for the best with LiAngelo. I'm gonna be real. I hope LiAngelo goes out and just have one of those unconscious games where he hitting these teams for 20 plus. You know, I hope that happens, but we'll see. Ball Facts has said it's fun being the other end of the question. Yeah, it is, man. Ball Facts says, do you believe Jello should be playing this season? It really depends what a team needs. When I made my video yesterday about LiAngelo playing in the G League, I made that just observing what I've read and what I've seen a little bit and what I've gained on information. Um, there's some players on that Piston roster you can say, oh, they're not better than Jello, but they're probably a veteran. They're probably someone that has experience in the NBA, and they may get that roster spot. But all it takes is for a team to believe in Jello. He could shoot. That's one thing they can't take away from LiAngelo Ball. LiAngelo Ball is a ready shooter, and he shoots better than his brothers, and he's strong. But the thing is, which NBA team is going to take a chance on him? That question remain to be answered, but we'll see. But the preseason is going to tell me a lot. What I've known is that LiAngelo is not working with the ones, twos, or threes. That's why you don't see him that much in highlights. If you really look at the highlights, you can see who's the starters, kind of, and you can see who's the reserves. For LiAngelo to make the Pistons roster, he's got to be the 12th or 13th best player. Because if you're the 14th or 15th best player, you're really just a two-way player, meaning you're half NBA, half G League. What Jello wants to be is at the 13th, 12th range, where he's just right for the NBA season without playing the G League. Blue Boat says Ticket still in denial that LeBron is top 5 all time at least. Yeah, I'm not trying to harp on him too much, but I remember one of his followers called LeBron a role player. That's when I know not to take his channel seriously. Blue Boat says, what you think about James Harden? Is he being traded? Oh, that could happen. James Harden is a mess right now. It's inexcusable, and I feel sorry for Coach Silas. Silas is a young brother who has earned his way to the NBA, and we all preach about having more black coaches and respecting black coaches, but at the same time, James Harden is going to ignore his coach, make life harder for him, and I don't respect that. That prima donna attitude that you don't want to work for anything is bullshit. But back to Jello, man. Um, yeah, we'll see what happens, but it's so unpredictable right now, man, with these rosters. Um, Other YouTubers like AB the Hero and DKM and Ball Facts, they've all pointed out maybe the media is not showing enough Jello because they don't want him to receive that much clout, even though you can't really stop it. Or maybe he just hasn't been practicing that much with the starters and second team. J Boy says, you think if Lonzo was traded to the Clippers, they would win a championship? You know you are a Laker fan. I'll objectively say this. If Lonzo Ball goes to the Clippers, that's just what they need. Sometimes a team really doesn't have to have a superstar to win a championship. Maybe their last piece could be a facilitator that defends. Hypothetically, if Lonzo played on the Clippers, he doesn't have to ask for the ball a lot. His three-point shooting has improved to 38%. Fantastic passer. He would be the best playmaker passing-wise on the team. High IQ, and he's chilled, and he doesn't talk a lot. So he fits Kawhi's personality. Will they make that move? I don't think so. Rave Kingdom says the only reason I pay any attention to Ticket is because I want to see his reaction when Lonzo ball out. Oh yeah, it's gonna be funny. I'm telling you, if Lonzo does what I think he's gonna do, a lot of shines are going to be miserable. They're going to be miserable. They've been talking all this mess. These are the same buffoons who said Lonzo wouldn't be in the NBA anymore. They said that LeVar Ball has ruined his son's life. They've said this stuff, over-exaggerating. You know what's sad? To be brothers, acting like white women from ESPN or Undisputed. You're Michelle Beatles, Sarah Spain, Christine Lade. They're the black versions of that. They're literally the black versions of that. And it's very pathetic. This is why I can't wait for the game to start. This is the same way what I've been saying about LaMelo Ball. They were talking all this mess about LaMelo Ball, and LaMelo got to earn it. They were applauding the coach when he had his first press conference after the draft. And when he said that LaMelo got to earn his spot, they was like, yeah, he got to earn it. Nothing's going to be handed to LaMelo. And they just talking about he's not going to perform well. And look now, LaMelo is killing it in practice. He's became a favorite amongst his teammates. His head coach always raves about him. And it's not phony, it's genuine. Rave Kingdom says the only... Oh, okay, I already read that. I can't wait for this NBA season to start. Let's not pay attention to these rankings. Let's not fall for the hysteria, fake anger. That's what's going to happen. Lonzo's trending just because of a rating, and they've been talking mess about him this whole morning. But I got to say this. You guys better hope Lonzo doesn't have a good year this year. Because if he does, a lot of people are going to be looking like they got egg on their head. So the choice is yours. Stop focusing on ESPN ratings. Stop focusing on social media reactions. It's not real. That's all I got to say. All praise to the Most High. Like, share, subscribe.